Hello everyone, welcome to Aisha's Take. Today I'll be looking at online bullying. How do you deal with online bullying? With social media platforms, that's one thing that you're sure of. You will come across it one way or the other. There are a lot of people who have their own opinion, who have something to say, and they never say them because of the fact that they're afraid of online talks. I call them e-talks, and they will come after you, especially looking at Nigeria when it comes to this political space, and when you are holding leaders accountable, for sure they will be deployed to you just to get people to shut up. And indeed, sometimes it does work. A lot of people are afraid to speak, they are afraid to say things, or even if they used to talk before, they will stop because of they can't deal with the online bullying and the thuggery that comes along. So I just want to share some of my tips, because a lot of people have asked me, how do you deal with all of these online people? Because they come to my timeline like no man's business, especially Twitter. Whoa, if you are on my timeline, it's something else. Sometimes they come, they say, and I just deal with them the way I want to handle them, and I move on. And so I will share some of the tips that I actually use on this. So let's get right into it. The first thing, and I've written quite a few things here because I don't want to forget anything. The first thing that you need for you to be able to deal with bullying, even whether it's online or offline, but because this is specifically for online bullying, the first thing you need to know is to find out, who are you? Who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? In everything in life, that question is very important, and unfortunately a lot of people do not take time to find out who they are. You grew up, you were born into the world, you were brought up somewhere. Your parents tried to shape you. They sort of like impose their own will or their own way of seeing things, or something into you. Everybody wants that label, good child, and stuff like that. And then you grew up with the expectations of society or your school, what they wanted you to be a good student, to be this, to be that. And you just going, but you never truly find yourself. So it's something that you really need to sit down yourself and find out, who is it that you are? Who are you truly, not what not what it's expected of you, but who truly are you? It's such a difficult question. Like when people come to me for mentoring and stuff like that, that's the first question I always say to people. First of all, find out who you are. And there are people, for some people, who it takes a long time for them to be able to answer that question. I say, take as much time as you can. You can even take a year just finding out who you are. And for some people, it's such a painful experience, because they have to now go in themselves that they have suppressed to be able to please their parents, their teachers, society, and all of that. They begin to find that self. So the first thing you need to do is find out, who are you? So when you're able to answer that question, who am I? Then the next thing after that is to accept who you are. It's not just to know who you are, but be able to honestly and accept who is it that you are, and be okay with yourself. Because there are people who they don't accept themselves, maybe because society have said this is not what is expected, this is not this, or you are supposed to behave in such a way, you're supposed to be quiet, you're not supposed to talk, and meanwhile you're somebody who talk. And then so you're having issue with that because you've not really accepted yourself for who you are. Or you're somebody who naturally is quiet, but it's expected of you to be a talkative, someone who is outgoing, and then you're forcing yourself to be outgoing for you to belong or please people. So you need to first of all find yourself. Then you need to accept yourself for who you are. Because most of the times when people are bullying you or saying something to you, and then I would say sometimes it is something that you yourself have not accepted yourself for. So whether it's there, but you've been conscious about it, or you've not really accepted yourself the way you are in that way, and so when somebody else is flagging it and saying it to you, it hurts you. So if, for example, you've accepted yourself for who you are, for what you are, for that thing that you are, what is it that somebody is going to say that is going to affect you? I will take myself for example. For example, my teeth, as I have brownish teeth, they are not white, right? And ironically, it's something that we had. It's sort of like hereditary. We have sparkling white teeth when we our make teeth, and then when we change it, it now turned to this brownish thing. So I myself, and it's from my mom's side of the family, and ironically also, she doesn't have that. She has the white sparkling teeth. And I've sort of like passed it on to my children also. And so, as a very young girl in secondary school, that was the easiest way you could literally shut me up, by just flagging at the fact that my teeth were white. And I brush my teeth so vigorously. It's almost, like normal toothbrush something. I will do it 3 times, and I still do it up to today. I do, people just put toothbrush once and do it. For me, I do it so much. I remember I went to the dentist the other day. It was like, you're brushing your teeth too vigorous, you need to slow down. I'm trying to actually learn how to do that now, and stuff like that. But that was the easiest way you could shut me up, because so at that moment I hadn't accepted the fact that, look, I have brownish teeth. As I grew older and everything, I came to the point I was like, look, this is who I am. I can't change it. It's my teeth. It's brownish. It's not white. So, and that's it. And I accepted myself. And the moment I accepted myself, it became freedom. So even if you're insulting me about it, I'll just know that your eyes are working. It's not that, oh, there's something. But before, when I didn't accept it, the moment you flag it, it hurts me. Because even me, myself, I had not accepted myself and allowed myself to be. So I was just like, oh gosh, okay, now you're saying it, and shut up. But right now, oh, please, I have brown teeth. That's who you are. If you tell me, your eyes are working fine, and I know you have good side. Next, what is it? Can we focus on the conversation and we move on? So that's one. So find you who you are. You find yourself, you accept yourself, and love yourself unconditionally. And that's one of the things that we mainly neglect a lot of time. People don't focus on that self-love. When we're talking about falling in love, we think about another person. First of all, fall in love with yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself well. Take care of yourself. Even when it comes to relationship, well, that's another thing. We're talking about bullying today. But, just love yourself. When you accept yourself, you love yourself unconditionally. When people are saying certain things about you, it doesn't affect you. So that's some of the things that you need to do. Then another thing also, which is the first thing. So we've talked about the first one. Who are you? Find out who are you. Ask yourself, who am I? And answer that question honestly. Then when you find yourself, you love yourself unconditionally. You accept yourself for who you are. Accept yourself for who you are. This is who you are. Don't try to be any other person. Don't try to be what people will like. First of all, like yourself. If you like yourself, that should be enough for you. One of the things that people put themselves in such difficult situations is that they always want to please people. They want people to like them. So seeking for that validation, honestly, it just gets you off. So just focus on yourself, liking yourself, loving yourself, and just be yourself. Yes, you're human. There are certain things you will fail, you will make mistakes, you will do certain things that, how did you even do that? You will grow. That's the essence of growth. You grow, you learn, you accept yourself, you accept your mistakes, you correct yourselves, and as you go on every day, life is about learning every other day. So the fourth thing also is to look at insults and praises as the same thing. They are. So for example, I'm sitting down here and someone says to me, oh, Aisha, you're so beautiful. I'll be laughing. Then somebody comes and say, "Kai, Aisha, you're so ugly. Ew, what's this? Look at you. See your nose, see your teeth, see your eyes." And then I'm like, hello. It is the same you. Nothing changed. Just because of what somebody has said. You have to learn that insults and praises are people's opinion about you. They are not your reality. It is what you think of yourself that is your reality. When you are, the way I always say it, when I'm alone, how do I feel about myself in my mind? Do I feel beautiful? Then that's what I am. Whether you say, if you tell me I'm beautiful, you are just reinforcing it. I know there's this thing that's been going on where somebody is complimenting somebody and says, oh, you're beautiful, and she's like, I know. I like, no, you're supposed to say thank you. It's like, why? He says it's a compliment. He said, no, it's not a compliment, it's a fact. Because I know I'm beautiful. You have to channel that inner energy and inner spirit of yours. So when you know yourself, you accept yourself, you don't care whether somebody has said anything, because you already know what it is. So whether somebody insults you, whether somebody praises you, it's just it's their own opinion. You know your reality, And that's the way it should be. You shouldn't bother about, oh, this or that or whatever. So that's one thing you really need to understand. Insult and praises, they are people's opinion, they are not your reality. So if somebody says, oh, you're so smart, and somebody says, oh, you're so dumb, why should they mean anything to you? They are people's their opinion. So you yourself, are you smart? Do you know whether, do you accept yourself that you're smart? So if somebody say you're dumb, why should he change that? Except if you, even you yourself, you know, you think you are not smart, and then when somebody say, it reinforces that insecurity, and then you begin to feel, oh, so they know what I know. So you need to accept yourself, and you need to know that insults and praises, they are people's opinion, and it's not your reality. So the next thing also that I'll talk about is the fact that don't react to insults. You understand? Like I said earlier, it's somebody's opinion. I grew up in the ghetto, and we didn't have food to eat, so we ate insults for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know when there's scarcity, and poverty is a bastard, honestly. When there's scarcity, you guys are always fighting. I look back now, the fights that we used to have, literal family fights. So, hey, I mean, as a father, we be fighting father, mother will be fighting for the children, everybody, we picture them. You see this thing that they do, there's this normal challenge that has been going on where people will go and say to their children, oh, somebody is saying that we should fight, come out. I was thinking, like, that used to be my reality growing up. Literally, you will just jump up. Who is asking questions? You will jump up and you're out there, you're going out there to do those fights. You understand? That's how we fought. Because poverty, you fought over sometimes fetching water. Oh, there's one. I think I need to share this one now. There was one that we went to, you know, I think I was speaking about it before, where during this kerosene scarcity, we were on a queue. Sometimes we actually sleep on those queues. Yeah, just to be able to get kerosene. And then when we get it, and because we used to sell kerosene, and then when it's expensive, like we go to a filling station, you queue up. Anytime I see a queue, I remember my childhood. And so there was this day, my mom and another woman, they got into a fight. I think we were on the queue, and this woman wanted to just cut the line, and of course my mom didn't agree, and so they ended up fighting. They insulted themselves, said all sorts of things to themselves. I saw my mom broken that day. My mom was so sad. When my mom went, my mom cried all the way home. She said, just imagine, just sat down and they were insulting themselves and whatever. And my mom said she will never, ever go to and go and queue up and buy food. And that was it. She never did it again. So it was only us that we used to go and do that. And I remember when we buy the queue, then we had this wheelbarrow, long one. I'll push my own. And then some people, you know, be making fun and mocking you. Oh, a woman pushing barrow. Because I grew up in the north. You know, girls didn't do all of those like manual work. And my parents didn't have a male child early enough, so and I'm the firstborn, so I took on all the role of a male child, female child, everything combined together. And so I will do that. And so that scarcity will make people fight each other, insult each other. So, but the thing I want to point out here is the fact that when these fights are going on, you will look for the most painful thing, because what you are doing in a fight, what you're trying to do is that you're trying to get at the person, especially the person's weak point. You're trying to make the person angry. You're trying to hurt the person the most you can. So most of these things are not even true, but you're just looking for something that will hurt that person. So the biggest way you can all take away from someone who is trying to bully you or anything is not to react, not to feel it, not to even care about what they are saying. You see I'm ugly. Oh, like for female, the one they use the most, they say you're a prostitute. You call me a prostitute? Yes, I'm a prostitute. I'm in my husband's house. That's what I came to do. After all, the guy paid money. He paid bride price. I come to his house. He feeds me. And I take care of him. In that angle, as an adult woman, I'm number one. You know, one day I'm gonna do a video on intimacy in marriage. That one I don't joke with it. I am number one. I give him anytime, any day he wants it. So, so if you call me a prostitute, all I'll say to you, I'm a one customer prostitute. And if I even decide to bring another customer, you are calling me prostitute, I know you cannot afford me. So what is there that I will not be paid? Some people actually literally see them like, hey, they call me prostitute. They'll be feeling me that I'm not a prostitute. They'll even be explaining themselves, me that I'm not a prostitute. I've never done this. They know it is not true, but they're just doing it to get at you. So that's one of the things that you must understand. Don't react to the insult, and you don't insult back. When you insult, like, insult. Oh, you're this, you're mad, you're this. No, it takes away from you. Insult take away from the person who is insulting more than the person who is insulted. So what you need to do is that you can fight back. Oh, me, hey, if you go low, I go lower. I will deal with you. After dealing with you, there I will come up, I will shower, and then stay high up there, so that you will know that it's a choice not to be down there with you. But I will not use those words like, I mean, those we left those words in primary school. Now you are mad, you are an idiot, you are stupid, you are a prostitute, you are dumb, you are low. Nah, those are like childish insults. But there's a way you will look at the person and focus on the issue. You will talk about the issue on ground, and the way the person must say we feel the insult. So we feel that, you just look at the person and just take him on what the person is doing. You, by the time you use those insults, I will take that insult back and just tell you this. Oh, you telling me I am Olodo? Yes, you that you are intelligent. See where you are. Oh, you are a mad person. Some people, they say to me, you are a mad person. Meanwhile, the person is following me. I'm like, hey, you that you are a follower of mad person. What does that make you? You follow mad people. So what does that? Those kind of things. You turn the words on the person. You don't really go back and insult the person. But the person's words that they have used, you turn it. You turn it on that person and move on. So that's another thing also. And then most times online bullying, they come from when you're talking about issues, right? And then they'll bring all of this insult, they will start attacking you and all of that. What you do is focus on the issue. Don't go off the issue. When the person is, sometimes when people lose argument, they don't have anything to say, they will not come and insult you. Oh, you're so dumb. Oh, you don't like, okay, like recently there was this talk going on about colonization and all of that, an issue, with the queen's death, and some people who are angry. I'm like, oh, you have a right to your anger. Oh. Me, I have a right not to be angry. That's the thing. You can't come and tell me that, oh, I should be angry because, and then someone coming to someone, oh, this is why history is needed. You people are not educated. You need to decolonize your mind. How did they even say it? You are not educated. One, I just said to him, yes, I understand I'm not educated. Can you open that school? When are you going to teach us? I'm willing to go in there and register and get this knowledge, because me, I'm always ready to learn. And sometimes when you do that, it takes the sale of the person. So the person is coming with anger. The person wants to fight you. The person is coming to insult you because they want you to get angry and all of that. And then you just push it away, and then the person they're just deflated because there's nothing more. What is it that you're going to say? Okay, yes, you say I'm ignorant. I've heard you. I'm ignorant. Can you now when are you going to teach us? Do a class. I'm ready to sign up so that I'll be educated. So where does where is the person coming from? They don't have anything to come or do. So that's one thing also. So just focus on the issue, stay on the topic, and don't derail, and just take that sale. So because that's where the most important thing is, that don't get angry. Don't allow your emotion. Just be just be impassioned, as if it's not even you they are talking about. Just be looking at the issue and be going on the issue. Before you know what's happening, most of them are just like, they have nothing to go by, because what they want is that anger. Then when you two are angry, then you begin to exchange words, and they get to know. Don't allow them control the conversation. You must be the one in control of the conversation at all times. That's the power. That's the willpower. Then if a mob comes at you, right? Online talking, they come. They always come in. Some of them, they come in droves. They call each other. There are some, like, the dedicated trolls they actually send to you. Don't go after you answer this one, you answer that one. No, you dissipate energy, you get tired. Just focus on one. If you have this, maybe maximum 2, focus and just concentrate and keep giving it back to them, back to back, back to back to back, back to back to back. There's this song, I don't know how to sing it. They used to do back to back to back, back to back. Just focus on that. Don't even go anywhere, look anywhere. Focus on that, on them, and just keep going after them. If you like, and I've done this before, that there was a day they actually mob. I took one person when I was done with him for the day. The guy that he brought in online mob onto one of these political, one of these party people. On that day, I took him on. When I was done the following day, I took another one that I knew. But at that day, I knew I wasn't going to be on 2 of them, because I'll be dissipating energy. I needed to focus on one I gave it. The next day also, I did that. By the way, I pay people to make me jobless. I always say this. So if you have to know, for you to be able to do such a thing, you have to have your own time. Don't do it in your employer's time. When you're at work, you're answering, but now you don't have that time. I am a businesswoman, and my warehouses, people take care of it, my manager and everything. I don't go to office. I work from home. I've always worked from home. Even when COVID-19 happened, my husband said that the world has finally made me where I am. I don't like office. It's too constrictive for me. So I have all the time in the world. And in my house, I really don't do anything. The only thing I do for myself is that I feed myself and I bathe myself. That's it. Every other thing, I don't do it. I don't wash anything. I don't clean anything. I don't do anything. I don't cook anything. I have a chef who does that. I have housekeeper who does this thing. I have a handyman who does the washing, the ironing, everything. So that's why I can have time to do it. So if you don't have that time, please don't need of even answering any mob or whatever. Just focus on not even being bothered. So another thing also, yes, I'm saying this now. One of the things for me, which I just know so much, I like when people are insulting me or whatever, like I don't even know this person. So that's everything. They know me, I don't know you. That's enough punishment. And sometimes I actually say that to them. I like, you will see me on the streets, right? You will know who I am. Then I will see you, I won't know who you are. Isn't that enough? That's enough punishment for you, an assignment. So I'm not even bothered. So that's the thing. So when people are insulting you and whatever, especially nameless people, that's why for me, I always find it surprising when people are angry that some nameless people are calling them out or wanting or doing. I'm like, you don't know this person. Why are you even bothered about this person? What's the big deal about this person? Well, what's your own with this person? You don't even know them. So why should that hurt you? So that's one of the things also. Always remember that they know you and they don't know you. I think I've talked about this slightly before, but I'm going to mention it again. Is that whatever they are saying to you, they don't mean it to. They know there's no truth to it. So it's all being this thing, whether they call you a prostitute or they say you are a fool or they say you are so unintelligent. Some will even make up story as if they know. In short, I've heard insults like, oh, I've never been married, that's why I've not had husband, I've been divorced. I've heard that, oh, my first husband, I've been divorced. I've seen one where they say I've been divorced 3 times, I've been 2 times, that my first husband divorced me because of me. Another one. They cook up all sorts of lies. The person know there's nothing in it, but they just want to hurt you. That's the purpose. This is one of the things. I'm growing up in the ghetto. That's one of the things. And you look for what will hurt the person the most. You know it's not true. You just say it to hurt the person. So stop taking this thing personal. It's not. So we go. There was one that I think the first time I heard that I laughed. I said, so divorce is not something to be ashamed of. I said, really? Hey, I said, okay, yes, now we marry another one. You look for if I'm divorced today, you man. I'll look for one small boy. Take her they do handbag. Take her they do whole body. Sure, you know that kind. Waiting day. Hey, love is small. Marriage is for happiness. When there's no happiness, we say, guy, it's been good doing business with you. Bye. Go look for another person. So how is it an insult? But so that's just the thing, that the people, they don't really mean what they're saying. They're just trying to hurt you and look for anything that will get at you. Do not take anything personal. I don't know whether I haven't mentioned that before. I think I mentioned it slightly, but let me reiterate it now. Do not take anything personal. Whatever they are saying is not to you. Some of these handles on social media, they don't even know you. I remember one time I changed my profile to that of a male. Some people were even addressing me as a male. I'm like, so is it the person that is insulting you that I now be? Try it. Maybe just change the gender that you are. They don't know who you are. They don't even know this thing. So the person that is insulting you, he doesn't even know who you are. So why are you taking it personal? I saw some, they'll be insulting, they'll be putting he. In my mind, I'm laughing. I'm like, it's not a he, it's a she. You understand? It's a she, not a he. But the person doesn't know. But they are saying things and as if they know you, as if forever. So please stop taking these things personal. It's not personal. They are just saying something to just get at you. And then, even if what they are saying is the truth, so why are you bothered? If you yourself, you have accepted yourself with that, why are you bothered? So they say you are short, are you not short? They say you are tall, are you not tall? They say your teeth is brown like my owner. Is my teeth not brown? So why should I be angry? Why am I angry? Because they said the truth. And then if they are lying, then so what is the big deal? They say I'm a witch. If I'm a witch, am I not a witch? If I'm not a witch, so why is that body? So that's the reason why you must accept yourself for who you are. And then finally, I'm going to say this. Please, be the only one. Be the only one that can make you angry or sad. If you are able to end that, wow, you would have had the biggest control that you can. Bullying or whatever, it won't get at you. For me, that's one thing I really have. You can't make me, you can't be the one to control how my day or the conversation goes. I'm the only one that can make myself angry, and I choose the things I get angry over. So whatever it is that you say to me, I don't get angry, because insults and praises to me are the same thing. They are people's opinion about me. They are not my reality. And so if I don't, like I always say, if I don't get angry when people praise me, why should I get angry when people insult me? That's it. Oh, Aisha, you're beautiful. I'll be smiling like sheepishly. And then they say ugly. And I'll be, are you okay? According to the person, you are ugly. But that's the way he's seeing you now. Are you inside the person's eyes? Have you entered? Do you know how his eyes? So his eyes sees ugly things, and you are one of the ugly things. So why are you angry? Except if you yourself, you don't accept that you are beautiful, you see yourself as ugly. That's when you'll be angry. So if they say you're angry, let it be now. So that's one of the things. If you're able to do this, honestly, whether unlike bullying or whatever, you will not feel anything. The other thing that I'm really working on has been for me, and I think I'm getting there. I've really grown. I've really improved. Before, I have this shrill voice, so even when I'm speaking, sometimes I have this high tone, and then when I'm angry, my voice goes up. You know what I do? Now I don't do that. I could literally be saying to you, oh, even when I'm angry, like, why are you doing that? You know. And I learned that from my daughter. She has this person. Hey, oh, mother picking. You would never see her raise her voice. She'll just be, even the way she'll be looking at you, she doesn't like frown. She just be looking at you, she'll just be saying her thing. So and I've been learning that, and I've really worked on that. I've seen myself, and it's just so happy when you're able to keep you're telling the person, and then your voice is just like calm and everything. It enters more. So those are the things. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop here, because this is way too long. I don't even know whether there's any human being that would watch this to this stage. But if you did, I would say, wow, fantastic. Just know that own yourself, love yourself, find yourself, accept yourself for who you are, and don't take any insults or whatever personal. Finally, be the only person that can make you angry. Thank you, and bye.